Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute, verse number 20. Kama state stare hitagyanam prapadyante anya devata tam tam niyamam asthaya prakrita niyata swaya. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation: those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender onto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own natures. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Those who are freed from all material contaminations surrender onto the Supreme Lord and engage in His devotional service. As long as the material contamination is not completely washed off, they are by nature non-devotees. But even those who have material desires and who resort to the Supreme Lord are not so much attracted by external nature. Because of approaching the right goal, they soon become free from all material lust. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is recommended that whether one is free from all material desires or is full of material desires or desires liberation from the material contamination or is pure devotee and has no desire for material sense gratification, he should in all cases surrender to the Vasudeva and worship him. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said in the Bhagavatam that less intelligent people who have lost their spiritual sense take shelter of demigods for immediate fulfill of material desires. Generally, such people do not go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead because they are in a particular modes of nature, ignorance and passion, and therefore worship various demigods. Following the rules and regulations of worship, they are satisfied. The worshippers of the demigods are motivated by small desires and do not know how to reach the supreme goal, but a devotee of the Supreme Lord is not misguided. Because in the Vedic literature, there are recommendations for worshipping different gods for different purpose. That is, diseased man is recommended to worship the sun. Those who are not devotees of the Lord think that for a certain purpose, demigods are better than the Supreme Lord. But a pure devotee knows that the Supreme Lord Krishna is the master of all. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that only the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the master and all others are servants. Therefore, a pure devotee never goes to demigods and for satisfaction of his material needs. He depends on the Supreme Lord, and the pure devotee is satisfied with whatever he gives. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport.
Then another question may be raised that the Supreme Personality is this ultimate goal and one has to surrender to Him. Then why there are so many different processes of worship in the world? That question may be raised. That is answered here in the next verse. Kamastasta hitognyana prapadante annadevata tang tang niyama asthaya prakritya niyata saya. There are different kinds of men under different mixture of the modes of nature, and generally they are not after liberation from this material stage. They want to gain something out of spiritual power. Just like somebody goes to a Swami, oh, Swamiji, can you give me a medicine? I am suffering from this disease. Oh. He thinks the doctor is very expensive. Let us go to a Swami who can play a miracle and my disease will be cured. Yes. Sometimes we go, and of course in your country, and such Swamis are not very easily found, but in India there are so many so-called Swamis. They go to innocent people and they preach that if you can give me 1 ounce of gold, I can make it 100 ounces of gold. Oh, people think, though, everyone seeks how many ounces of gold I have got in my home. So all bring. So I have got 10 ounces. So give me 500 ounces. So in this way, the Swami collects all the gold of the village, and while performing the ceremony, he vanishes. So this is our disease. When you go to a Swami, when you go to a temple, when you go to a church, our heart is full with material desires. We want some material profit out of, we practice yoga just to keep the health fit. That's all. That is it. Well, for keeping your health, when you take the shelter of yoga, you can keep your by ordinary exercise, by regulated diets, and by following some health rules. There is no need of practicing yoga. But people are, because kamastasya hita jnana, that material desires, I want to keep myself fit to enjoy life. Let me take this yoga. Or let me go to the church. Let me have a Swami as my spiritual master, order supplier. So these things are going on all over the world. So such class of men, they worship different kinds of God with a desire, with a material desire. They have no idea how to get out of this matter. They want to use this material world to the best capacity. That is their idea. Just like in the Vedic literature, there are different recommendations. If you want to cure your disease, then you worship sun. So that is fact. Suppose if you are diseased, you simply keep yourself in the sunshine, you will be cured. You will be cured. That's a fact. So similarly, if you want to be beautiful, then you worship such and such God. If you want very good learning, education, then you worship such and such God. So there are different kinds of, therefore sometimes it is misunderstood that the Hindus have many, many gods, not one God, and they are heathens. But actually, these worship is not to the God, but there are demigods. Demigods. They are worshipped. They are not God. God is one, but they are demigods. Demigods means that they are also living entities, just like you and me. But they have got some power. Just like here also, we worship some demigods, some government officer. He is also a man like me, but he has got some power. And in order to take some advantage of the power, I worship him. I want his favor. Similarly, these kinds of worship of different kinds of gods, the Bhagavad Gita condemns this. They are not required. The Lord says, Kamastasya hitadhyana prapadante annadevata. One person does not surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but they worship different kinds of gods. Why? Na kamastasya hitadhyana. They have lost their sense out of lust, material lust. That's because our life, this material life, is simply based on lust. We want to enjoy this world. We love this material world because I want to satisfy my senses. So this lust is the perverted reflection of my love of God. In my original constitution, I am made to love God. But because I have forgotten God, therefore I love matter. Love is there. Love is there. Either you love this matter or you love God. But you cannot get out of these loving propensities. Just like sometimes we see one who hasn't got children. He loves a cat, loves a dog. You see? Why? Because he wants to love something. But in the absence of reality, he puts his faith and love into cats and dogs. So love is there, but that love is now represented in the form of lust. And this lust, when we are baffled in the lust, we become angry. We get wrath. And when we are in wrath, then next stage is illusion. And when we are illusion, we are doomed. This process is going on. So we have to revert the process. Kamastasya hitadhyana. We should not be lost of all senses, influenced by these material lust. We have to revert ourselves. We have to rectify the lust into love. And if we love God, then we love everything. And without loving God, if we want to love something else, that is nonsense. You cannot love. Therefore we find practically there is so much love between a boy and girl, and just after 2 years, divorce. Go to hell. Because there is no love. It is simply lust. We do not know what is love. Simply we are playing with lust. And the lust, as soon as you do not satisfy my senses to my satisfaction, then there is anger or growth or wrath, and now then illusion, then out of wrath you give, I separate with me, I separate with you. Because basically there is no love. So these people who have become the play dolls of this lust, they are called lost all senses. Kamastasya hitadhyana. Hitadhyana means one who has lost his good sense. they want to worship these or that, or these or that, these or that. But tang tang niyamamastaya prakritya niyotasaya, and there are rules and regulations in the scriptures for worshipping many other demigods. There are rules and regulations. So why, you can question why the Vedic literature recommends the worship of other demigods? Or there is necessity. There is necessity because people are generally, they want to love something, so they are given some opportunity. These demigods are just like treated as the different, the officers of the Supreme Law. Just like government has got so many officers in different branches of management. Similarly, those who do not know, that is a different thing. Similarly, for this material world, there are different directors, managers. Just like the Indra, he is controlling the cloud. Chandra, he is controlling this light. Surya is controlling the heat. So they are all government officers, or Krishna's officers. They are actually performing. We simply just flash away, oh, this is nature, this is nature, nature. Or nature is not my father's servant. There is nature's father also, nature's master also. You'll find in the Bhagavad Gita. Maya adhakshena prakriti swati sacharacharam. Oh, there is rule. There are rules and regulations of conducting this nature's way. So these demigods, they are some powerful officers, that's all. But they are not God. God is one. You can become, if you become so powerful, qualified, then you can become the director of the sun planet. You can become the director of moon planet. There are innumerable thousands or millions of planets, and there, just like here also you select one president to control your country or any other country, or one becomes the controller of the whole earth. Similarly, there are different controllers. They are called demigods. So kamastasya hitogya. So worshipping of the demigod means that gradually, when they will gradually develop into Krishna consciousness. If one is completely disobedient, then there is no chance. So obedience is taught there, just like a police officer. He's standing on the crossroad. As soon as he shows his hand, oh, you have to stop. You may be a millionaire, that doesn't matter. But you have to show the respect to the policeman, because he's a government officer. If you don't, then you will be fined. He is a petty officer. Your position may be very high, and that doesn't matter. You have to show respect. Similarly, these demigods, they are officers of the Supreme Law. So showing respect to the constable in the street means showing respect to the government, not to that particular person. So these things are there in the Vedic literature. But if you want some favor from the police officer, then you are also entangled, and that police officer is also entangled. You have to go by the rules. But one who is directly in touch of the Supreme Law, they do not require to worship any other. Because actually, suppose a man is personally in contact with your President Johnson, That does not mean he will disobey the constable. No. Naturally, he will obey. Although he is direct contact. Similarly, those who are in direct contact with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they have no disregard for this demigod. But they know the ultimate supreme power is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They have got that knowledge. So their surrender is there in the Supreme Lord, not here. But they are not going to show any disrespect. A real devotee, he does not show any disrespect even to the ant. And what to speak of the demigods? Because he is in knowledge that every living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. They are playing different parts only. So in relations with the Supreme Lord, they are all by respectable. Therefore, devotee is taught to address all his contemporaries as Prabhu. My dear sir, my dear Lord. That is the position of Krishna consciousness. They are not haughty. They are very submissive. There are 26 qualifications of a factual devotee of the Lord. They are very kind. They are very obedient. They are sober, economic, everything, all good qualifications. Just shasti bhakti bhagavata kinchana sarvai gunai tatra samasati. One, if he becomes a devotee of the Lord, all good qualities automatically will develop. Because he is good. By nature, a living entity is the perfect good. But due to the contamination of the lust, he has become vicious. He has become vicious. By nature, he is not vicious. He is perfect. Because he is part and parcel of the gold. He is gold. By outward covering, he has become something nonsense. So, this is the process we are trying to introduce in the modern society, Krishna consciousness. That will make us all perfect, happy, and after leaving this body, we shall enter into the kingdom of God, where there is eternal life, bliss, and full knowledge. Thank you very much.